Hi there, welcome to another Team Clueless Battle Report. We're here in my kitchen again today. I'm playing against Nick, who is piloting Tau. Look, he's got one of these evil things here. And I am playing a Blood Angel with a slight AdMech twist to it, because I got some for Christmas. It's been a while since we got a Battle Report up, because life has been busy. So, what are we playing today? Today we're playing an 1850-point mission. In a few weeks, I'm actually going to a tournament in my hometown of Luton. They have them all the time, and I never managed to make it along. So this time, I am going to go. So we thought we'd try out one of their missions. It's an interesting tournament. They've run quite a few tournaments now, and they've got a really nice rules pack. It's available online. It's Luton Tabletop Gaming Club. You're about to find it on Facebook if you want to go and have a look at the mission. But the way it works is, and we're not using this particular part today, but there's a kind of like an army building rubric which gives you some points depending on how you build your army. So if you fancy coming along to the tournament, go and have a look at the tournament pack, and it's just really interesting. I mean, I like any challenge to how you build an army, because part of the playing the game is building the army and trying to optimize stuff, so it's really nice to play with. The mission we're using today is a maelstrom mission, which has a few elements of basic missions involved as well. There are 3 missions on the day. All of them use the same basic maelstrom mechanic, which is there are 6 objectives on the board. So we have ours leveled up here. We have objective 1, 2, 3,
4's there, 5 there, and 6 is there.
6 over there. In the rules pack, it states that the objectives will be placed for you on the day, and there will be one in every kind of like 2 foot by 2 foot section of table. So we've done similar today. We've put them in the kind of like terrain pieces and such, spread out, so there's one in every section. So we didn't place those ourselves. It's Vanguard Strike. We haven't chosen exactly which diagonal to use yet, but we will do. The Maelstrom follows their own Maelstrom rules, which use the decks as normal. You start off with 6 cards, and you get a free mulligan if you want down to 5 cards. So if you don't like your 6, you can discard them and have 5. At the start of every turn, you get to draw 1 extra objective card, and if you wish to, you can also discard 1 and draw an additional 1. If at any point at the start of your turn after you've drawn and discarded, you have less than 2 cards in your hand, you may draw up to 2 cards. You can't score more than 1 secure an objective and then a number per turn. So if you've drawn all 3 of the secure objective 3s in your hand, you can only score 1 per turn, so it saves you from like scoring big clumps. And they use the common house rule of if you can't score objectives for some game reason, i.e. destroy a fortification, the opponent doesn't have any, then you can discard that, draw another one. So standard stuff seems like a nice simple Maelstrom thing, still using the cards properly, but with some nice mitigation of some of the more finicky parts. One of the other parts they use is any D3 rewarded from the Maelstrom card, you score 2 points, and any D6 you score 4 points. So again, nicely, just kind of like taking a little bit of the random element out. And the mission we're playing, also at the end of the game, you score 2 points for each objective that you control at the end of the game. So it's got a little bit of the original mission scoring in there. On the day, there'll also be a kill point mission that's added onto the Maelstrom and a relic mission which is added onto the Maelstrom. So that is the tournament today. Oh, and it is on March, I think, the 12th, if anyone wishes to come along. It's a Saturday. It's held in a hall in Luton. They've got really nice terrain and tables and things. Are we doing a report? Yeah, I'd check that out. Don't take my word for that. So, on for today, you see our table here. It's quite a real table, quite a lot of terrain on it, as we always try and do. A couple of big line of sight blocking. We've got some hills over here. This is the dilapidated bunker over there. Quite a lot of area terrain. And then let's move on to our armies. So today I have my Blood Angels, who are actually today being Blood Angels. I know that will come as a shock to most regular viewers. And I am playing AdMech. For Christmas I got these from my lovely girlfriend, so I decided to take them out for a run. I mainly got them because I really like the models. Look at this guy, and this guy's awesome. I'm only part way through painting them, but I'm trying to make a good paint job. So I've gone through and highlighted and done all the base coats on all of the robots, so I'm really pleased with. But now I've got loads of detail and stuff to add to them. So I'm fielding these as a cohort Mechanica. You get 1 Tech Priest Dominus, who's a well-armed dude with all kinds of special rules. I won't even attempt to go through them. I spent half an hour earlier on explaining it to Nick. You get 4 of these giant robots. One of them I've kept with 2 Power Fists and a Cognis Flamer, or some kind of flamer. It's a Torrent Flamer. Really useful. The others have all got triple phosphor blasters, which are strength 6 AP free guns. You also get 2 of these little basically tech priests in the squad as well. The main rule that they get from the formation is a tech priest can choose not to fire to allow the one of the robots to split fire. So mainly I'll probably not fire one of these dudes, and then the guy with the flamer can fire a different unit to the other guns in there, so they're pretty handy. He's the warlord as well, and his warlord trait allows him to choose when identifying a mysterious objective. So we're actually going to use them this game because I've got a special power that enables it. But he also comes with a piece of equipment that lets him identify any objective on the table once each turn. So it's actually not awful. I mean, it's not good, but it's not awful.
I say turn 2, we forget.
Yeah, I suspect so as well. So Blood Angel wise, I am led by Librarian. I'll just make a quick thing about Blood Angels. We use a slightly modified codex for the Blood Angels. We basically alter it so it has all the updates from the new the new Space Marine Codex. Chaos Space Marine Codex. God, that never happened. So basically, the Scouts have BS4 in this army. That's the only real difference, other than the fact that I can't take free drop pods. So I've gone with jump packs on my Assault Marines because they can't trade in their jump packs for a free drop pod in Codex Space Marine, so they can't in this. But we change all. So if I took a Dreadnought, it'd have 4 attacks. The Librarians, we actually give access to another discipline, which I haven't taken today, and a few other things, basically to put them in line with the Space Marine Codex, because the Blood Angels won't be updated for years. So what have I taken? Librarian there, he's level 2, he's got a jump pack, all specs, melter bombs, and he's on a power sword. One troop is a tactical squad in a drop pod. They have a heavy flamer. Scout squad with sniper rifles. We have 2 assault squads with triple melter each, so 2 melter guns, 1 combi melter. Then I have 3 Death Company squads. This one in here has 1 power fist. This one here has 1 power fist. This one here has a thunder hammer, and they're all armed with bolt guns. Only other addition I have is a Sicaran battle tank, which has a big gun on the top. It's basically a super auto cannon. Fires 6 shots. It's rending. It's twin linked. Ignores jinx saves, and it's got a heavy bolter embedded in the front. I haven't given it any turrets. I've given it a dozer blade. Okay, that is about it for my army.
Right, and I've brought my tower along today because I've obviously there was new stuff out for the tower and I haven't actually used it yet. So we have actually using the commander, and he's actually in the Cold Star battlesuit because I wanted to give it a go. I'm sure it'll be the first and only time that I'll use it.
It might be awesome, though. It might be.
You never know. He's got a shield gen and stim injector, so he's got feel no pain as well. I've got 3 bodyguards. They're all armed with 2 missile pods, and I've got a shield gen each. We have got 10 recruits with sniper rifles and 1 recruit hound. It was originally a unit of 20, but points-wise made me reduce it down to the basic lot of 10. We've got a hammerhead, and I'm actually going to give it the burst cannons with the upgrades with it. That's what I didn't tell you earlier. So took the gun drones off, but burst cannons with it. We've got Fireblade, and we've got a unit of 10 strike team. This one is, I believe that's what the new ones are. I know the others are breach ones. They've got their commander, and that missile drone over there is actually a second turret because I only own the 1 turret at the moment. So that's what they've got. Riptide, the ion cannon, and missile pods for it. We've got 1 lone piranha. I was a few points short of having a unit of 4 Pathfinders, so I stuck the piranha in. I haven't used one for a while, so it'd be good to get it back out. We've got a 5-man breacher team. They've got the commander, so they've got a turret, and they've got the guardian drone that gives them the 5-up invulnerable save as well. We've got 2 5-man stealth teams, and the new big stealth battlesuit, and obviously they're the drones which come with that.
They're in the formation-y thing, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all in the formation. I was going to go for the formation.
Okay.
So, we've got 2 broadsides with the high-yield missiles, and because I didn't really read the rules properly, but Curly's being nice and let me keep them, I've got the I've got a gun rig platform, and I've got the shield line as well.
Yeah, actually, Nick didn't realise, but the new Tau formation-y thing, what's called the Hunter...
You've got the Hunter Cadre, which basically that's what I've taken for all of it. And the stealth stuff is in the stealth new stealth formation as well.
But there's no formation slots to be able to actually take them in the army.
You can't take fortifications at all.
They're in the book with that special formation, but you can't include them in the special formation. There may be something we've missed. If there is, let us know. But we couldn't see any way to take them.
Yeah. So at the moment, because I've only bought literally the models along that I needed to just to make keep it down to one bag.
Doesn't matter in a friendly game, does it? It's not at all important.
Not until it like they become important.
Yeah,
Start doing stuff.
that's going to be the reason I lose.
I mean, I've done it as well because I know turn 1 I blow something up with a hammerhead.
Yeah.
So I thought second railgun I'm about to do it. But then the rest of the game, that's it done for the hammerhead.
You know, if you win, Nick, it's going to be because I've got BS4 scouts. I mean,
yeah, exactly. I mean, and well, that's my army. Let's do setup and come back to you then.
Okay, so we've rolled for setup zones and stuff. We're using, this is our diagonal separation line. Nick won all the setup rolls, unfortunately, so he has chosen this side of the table. He's got his broadsides here, he's got his gun line here, Piranha, a load of his suits in the centre here, Cold Star at the back. Those there, his breaches are on the gun there, he's got all his stealths in the middle here, and he's got his bodyguard team over there. My army looks pitifully small in comparison. I've got 2 dropping assault squads and a drop pod full of, well, not full, got 5 tactical marines inside it. I've deployed my big Mechanicum unit dead centre because they're hard as a rock. And then I've got Death Company interspersed across around from the table. My scouts have infiltrated up to that building there. And my Sicaran is hiding at the back because this bit of a hill covers me just enough.
You did move it around a few times. Just to
I was uncertain, but I'm like, no, Nick will destroy it first turn if I let him. So, gone for not letting him. So let's roll to see if I seize the initiative, and then I'll have to move it forwards to shoot at him. And we'll zoom in just for Mark. Yes, Mark, you're right. I have seized the initiative, as always.
I know I should have chosen to go second and try to...
We've done over 120 videos, I think, and I think about 100 of them, initiative has been staged.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. End of Forces of the Imperium turn 1, and it was a pretty good one for our heroes in red. So after stealing the initiative, always the way, isn't it? I moved forward most of my forces. I moved the Castellan battle robots forward up to about here. The various Death Company squads have moved up as well. My drop pod came down over here, really nice and accurate. Came down right next to that objective. The drop pod is objective secured because Nick's playing the town formation. He's not objective secured, so I've grabbed that objective there in case I need it. Space Marines, a heavy flamer, got out this side, flamed a massive portion of the Tau there, killing them on 2s. So wiped a load of that Tau squad out. The bolters did another couple of wounds. This guy here has taken a wound. Got these cool new little elastic bands to mark wounds, so you just hang them off the model, so he's taken 1. Then what else did we fire? I split the fire of the Castellan battle robots at various things. I forced Nick to use his once per game special power. That means you have to snap shoot versus this big robot, so that was quite handy. And I cast twin linking on all the Castellan battle robots, so they were still pretty accurate. And I managed to wipe out his stealth suits with some really bad saves by Nick at the end. He was making slightly above average saves, and then the last 3 saves he had to make all fail, all die. So they wiped out, let me score 1 of my objectives. Around here, the scouts and the Sicaran moved up, or the scouts didn't move up, the Sicaran moved up to take control of this objective. Both of them fired at his gun rig. The special Tau fortifications, which are the defence line and the gun rig itself, they're not destroyable. They're battlefield debris in the rules, which, so unlike a bastion, they don't have any armour value, so you can't actually hurt them. But the big turret that Nick had taken on there counts as a weapon emplacement, which is similar to an Icarus las cannon or a quad gun that you take on the end of a defence wall. So you can shoot at that. It's basically got the toughness and armour save of a artillery piece. So I fired those 2 guns from those units at it. They all rend. I got a couple of 6s. Dead turret. So that was quite nice. Took it out because it could pie plate me and just nasty death machine, really. Other than that, not much else happened, but it was a good turn. I managed to score 6 VPs that turn. I had control-free objectives, so I got this one, and this one. I had control objective 6, which is the one over there. I had control objective 2, one in the middle here. I had kill 1 of Nick's units, which I did, and I had control-free objectives.
And you got first
which I did,
blood.
And I got first blood. So, overall, excellent turn 1 for the Forces of the Imperium. Let's see where the evil Tau can muster in their return strike.
End of the Tau turn 1. Time for our retaliation. Didn't go to plan.
You killed a few things, though.
It didn't go to plan though.
No.
Obviously, you'll see my 6 objective cards from the photos when they come up.
Yeah, let's hope.
Let's hope. But what I actually had, one of my cards was secure objective 3. So my Piranha, which was placed there for when I drew objective 3, I knew it was coming up.
Yeah, you put him in your army to go and get stuff, didn't you?
He went round there, and that mysterious objective is Scatterfield, like so that one, and 6. So that one's not, and there's only one left to be discovered.
Yeah, my warlord trait lets me choose which one's my leader and stuff to do, so I've chosen lots of scatterfields.
But I put him there, turned him around, and he was just in range of one of the big flamer guy that was out there from the tactical squad. Didn't actually kill him. The fire warriors here with Fireblade, they shot him, killed 3. Which Curly decided not to look at, so the commander, sergeant, died.
Yep.
And then my commander killed the other ones off anyway. So we destroyed 1 unit. At that point, I'm thinking, I need to make sure I get 3.
Yeah, because you had the card for killing.
I had the card for killing.
Units.
Yeah, more units. So the broadsides fired into the drop pod. Did 2 hull points on it. Failed on a few rolls. It could have done more hits. Basically, it wasn't a good roll for hits. So that put it down to, why is there a dice in there, Carl?
It's taken 2 hull points.
Yeah, but what did you get for the hull points? You've
I've
got your
got
bands.
my little elastic bands. What am I thinking? My mistake.
There we go.
There we go.
That's what you got. That's what you got them for. Sorry about that. Now back to my turn.
And do a slight correction.
My battle suits. They decided to jump around here and try and get these couple of Marines that were trying to sneak around here. Missile pod shot off. You had quite a few saves to make, but you made all the
feel no pains.
Made all the saves, and then you made the feel no pain save, so they did nothing.
My feel no pain saves this turn have been better than my armor saves.
Yeah, so they basically just jumped back round there. The stealth suit and the ghost suit, they jumped up here and shot at the Marines there. Again, I had enough shots that could have killed all of them, but the saves and feel no pain saved them. So my Riptide, who took a wound from the Nova charge.
Obviously.
I was going to fire at the big robot things to try and do some damage there, but again, because of trying to I needed to completely destroy 3 units, I decided to do the large blast, and I killed the 3 remaining Marines that were there.
Yep.
And the Hammerhead, as much as I was looking at the shot for the tank, I thought, no, let's go for the drop pod as the 3rd unit in the end. Rolled a 1 to hit, so obviously completely missed it. Because it's annoying. One of my other objectives is secure objective 4, which is down there. So the drop pod. The drop pod. So it could.
If I draw secure objective 4 this turn, that'll be pretty good.
And it stopped me obviously getting another point from obviously that card and obviously that one. So it stopped me 2 objective points in that one. So I actually only scored 2 VP in my turn.
Which is good for me.
But everything is sort of just jump back and waiting to see where this lot comes in. And obviously you've got roll reserves. You've got another 2 units that might come on.
Let's see. We'll quickly roll them on camera, shall we?
Oh, where are we rolling?
I've got 2 units of assault marines are identical, so they're both on. Excellent.
Oh, they're both on. So we'll see where they're going to come on and see how the turn 2 goes for the bad guys.
End of Imperium turn 2. Pretty good turn, not super good, but pretty good. First thing that happened was the Sicaran backed up to here, took a nice long range shot over to here, and took out the Piranha. Now, one of the objectives I got this turn was study the machines of the foe, which means you need to destroy a vehicle but not blow it up, so you can look at the remains and see what was there. Not much chance of blowing it up, but it is open topped, rolled a 6, bang, bits all over the place, blown up. But killed the Piranha, always useful. Down here, I poured a bit of fire from the big unit and from these guys into the big suit and the stealth suits. I split fire slightly. I killed a couple of the stealth suits with this lone guy over here. But the big suits, even though I hit and did loads and loads of wounds, and I used my Auspex on him, he still made all his saves with the big stealth thingamy, which is proving a right pain. I had got within 8 inches of my death company, attempted an 8-inch charge. Nick opened fire with his entire army on Overwatch at my death company. Failed to kill any of them somehow.
I did about 3 wounds out of, what was there, 6, 10, 4 of them between
loads and
18,
loads of shots.
21. About 26 shots.
Yep.
Oh no, I forgot about them. Another
And
there,
so he did nothing with that, but then I failed my charge, so nothing much happened.
No.
Over here, the Death Company ran round the corner, got within a few inches, used their jump packs to assault in, threw a load of dice. They had 5 attacks each. I threw 25 dice, did a wound. Nick then hit me back with his 3 battle suits, killed 3 Death Company. My powerful side then got an attack, killed the wounded battle suit. The battle suit's won combat, but I'm fearless, so we're locked in combat there. But we've only got 2 dudes left, so a bit worrying there. The scouts poured fire in and managed to kill 1 more stealth suit, so they made their leadership check. Over here now, my 2 dropping in assault marine squads were pretty epic. So they're beef armed with 3 melter guns, including the combi, so you'd think I'd go for the hammerhead, but that was not my target. Both of my squads deep struck in here. It was quite dangerous because there were the broadsides here, Chow here, commander there, stuff I couldn't land on over there. But I was quite lucky. The first squad scattered all over here, landing near the, what's it called, hammerhead. And this squad threaded the needle near the commander and landed right next to him. So this squad fired back on the 2 broadsides. There was no cover in the way. They got melter guns, instant death, AP. So I just took out the 2 broadsides because they bring so much firepower to the table. So they bought the bullet. And then these guys did similar to the Tau commander. He's only got toughness 4. He was on his own. So I shot him. He had an invulnerable save, but I ignore his feel no pain on melter guns. 1 got through, did a wound. Nick failed his invulnerable save, dead commander. So Warlord point for me. They're a little out of position back there, but I think it was worth it to kill those 2 quite powerful squads.
I think so, because that's the 2 big squads now gone from that side, and with the fire warriors are running.
That's it. The drop pod with its storm bolter took out a single fire warrior. They failed their leadership test. Off they go. So that was nice. And that was my turn done. I got 2 victory points this turn. 3 if you include the one for.
3 if you include the commander.
Yeah, killed the commander. I scored.
6.
Score objective number 5 and recon. All mystery objectives are now revealed. Nick's got that one as well, so he'll score that one next turn. Okay, over to Nick.
End of the Tau turn 2. Quite an appalling shooting phase.
That was shocking.
These guys actually rallied. They stayed still, got out their turret as well. They shot into the Marines there, did nothing to them. The crew come on, and believe it or not, I actually ran them as well. So they moved on 2 inches, ran 1 inch, and I have secure objective 3. Although I was just trying to get to that objective. They failed that quite miserably. Over here, the combat went. You missed with your normal guy. I failed to wound with mine. Your power fist did a wound.
Gave you a good fisting.
But they stayed locked in combat. Over here, the breach team in here, they've moved this bit up and obviously fired into the Death Company, or the breach team and the missile pod. The stealth team and the big stealth battlesuit all fired into the Death Company. We failed. He only did like 2 wounds out of.
You only hit one twice out of like 15 shots.
Yep. We basically completely failed to, and any saves that you had to make, you made them. So, the hammerhead, undecided to whether to shoot against the drop pod, but so we took a risk. We fired the Riptide first. We did this big blast, so strength 8. So if it scattered, there's a chance of hurting a lot of stuff. We was aiming for the 5 Space Marines that were around this area. It did scatter over here, and we hit the drop pod, and it was just the drop pod we hit.
Yeah.
We did the whole point. We blew it up, and it blew up 6 inches. So it hit the Marines here, took 1 off. Hit the Marines over there, took 1 off. Failed to wound the drone on that, and failed to hurt the Riptide itself. And then the Riptide charged into combat. It didn't take any wounds, and it killed another couple of Marines, but as the blue tack holding it is kind of gone, we've got 1 Marine climbing over it, there's the weapon arm, another Marine's just trying to hump its leg, I think, by the looks of things. So that combat's going alright for me over there, not too bad at the moment. And we jumped the stealth suits back, and that one jumped over there, so we managed to secure objective 4 this turn, and obviously I scored the recon objective as well. But overall, I was really hoping to kill some of this Death Company unit, just because the big robot unit a bit slower. So I thought if I kill them this turn, it would give me a bit more of a chance of shooting this lot. I know they're going to shoot me back anyway, but as you say, in close combat, they'll butcher me anyway. So I thought try and get some shots, but not going hugely well at the moment for the Tau. Possibly, see how the next turn goes. But
if I can get to you with my robots, I think you're in trouble.
I think I'm done for. But the big tank actually made it save. The hammerhead did actually hit it.
Good old statue.
But the statue got in the way and he made his 5-up save. Although Emma really helped you out though with the drop pod save. Drop pod, because it did have a save because it was by the Scatterfield, a 6-up save, and Curly tried to get his girlfriend to blow on the dice and it come up as a 1, so it blew it up. But let's see how turn 3 goes.
It's the end of Imperium turn 3. So what happened this turn? I drew 2 new cards. I got Secure Objective 4, which is led by a Riptide, and Secure Objective 5, which is in the middle, and my robots have captured it. So this turn, the robots again pushed up through the centre, opened up on various things. I wiped out the breach team in the centre quite easily with the guns. The guns are reasonably powerful. They're not super powerful, so they don't kill things like Riptides particularly well, but against standard 2 heavy infantry, they go straight through, strength 6, AP 3, loads of shots. And the flamer was really useful. So that wiped them out, and I also took a wound off the big stealth suit and allowed my Death Company to reroll charges against it, which was handy. Firing wise, my Marines over there moved behind the hammerhead, blew it up with their 2 melter guns. This guy back here took out the last remaining stealth suit who was down there after the explosion took out his brother. Other than that, the scouts over there were completely out of position, so are moving. Down there, the Death Company had another slap fight with the dude there.
No wounds each.
No wounds either side, even though I've got them in Power Fist. In the centre here, the Death Company charged in and smashed the
Stealth one.
the big stealth. So what's it called? Let's actually use its proper name for once.
Ghost
Ghost Keel.
Ghost Kill.
Yeah, the Ghost Kill, i.e. the big stealth suit, smashed him up and killed his drones in combat. And that's in turn. I scored 2 more VPs, and we've decided to call the game.
The
sorry. The Riptide squashed a Marine who managed to make his leadership and stayed in combat. So we've called the game at this point because Nick only has basically these 3 units left and a dude over there. My robots are now controlling the centre of the table, and their firepower could basically kill most units other than maybe the Riptide in the turn. But if they get the charge, the Riptide, he's dead.
As I say, if even if the Riptide beats that guy up, they're just charging to it.
Yeah, that's it. They've got a Thunder Hammer. It's
melter guns here. You're looking at killing the Riptide in your.
That's it. And the robots could easily wipe out the crew and any of the other stuff, no problem on their own. So, game over. So, how do you think it went, Nick?
Badly.
I think you're right. I think stealing the initiative was obviously a big play for me.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But even still, okay, if I'd got another round of shooting in, it's the deep stuff deep striking in. That's the problem.
Yeah, we discussed that you'd shaved points off your army and you'd taken out your early warning overrides.
I was shaving points off the army to put stuff in. I wanted the new stuff in that. I wanted to try it in that.
But I really think certainly the Riptide keeping an early warning override is. Yeah. It just stops me doing it because you say I've got an early warning override. I go, okay, I won't deep strike there because you'll just kill me.
Yeah.
So and that just really saves your backfield because that was the turn it changed when these guys came in. They killed your commander and your broadsides.
Yes, because if one had come in, it wouldn't have been so bad. But both coming in was a bit of a pain.
That's it. The firepower that those 2 units that I killed took out was pretty immense.
Yeah. No, overall, I like the new Ghost Kill, the big stealth.
Yeah, I think he absorbed loads of firepower.
Yeah, and having the extra, as we just discussed though, about giving him the upgrade so he's got Feel No Pain though.
Yeah.
Is the only sort of thing really for him. The commander didn't really do much. I couldn't really give him a proper try.
I think the main problem with the Tau commanders in general is that you've got your buff commander, and any other type of commander you take is just not as good as a buff commander.
No, but then it's kind of
a bit boring, isn't it?
Yeah. You got, there you go. This is your guy. I mean, in here, okay, I could have put him up in the Sky Festival, and you may have shot him, you may not have done. But
this is a victory point game. The reasons you didn't go up in the Sky was because you needed to score some victory points at the back. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was useful at the back. When you dropped one come in, he came at the back to take care. If he wasn't dead in your other squad, he could have been taking care of other bits. I say the Piranha come in. Okay, the Piranha only had one turn really moved up, shot on that. But I still like the Piranha. Marker Lights, I don't think I missed them.
I think
Because obviously in that one,
Marker Lights I think are really useful, but if you
I think they're useful, but you need to have a fair amount.
yeah, if you'd just taken one squad of Pathfinders, I'd have dropped onto them with my drop pod with heavy flamer and just killed them.
Yeah.
So
If it's four Marker Lights, it's
Yeah.
the -4 points. I've got the Piranha, which scored
Yeah.
a VP, which is
yeah,
better.
and the army needed a bit of mobility.
Yeah.
I think in the future, if you take the breacher teams, which I quite like, but I think sitting them there wasn't playing to their strengths. I think they need a whatever the vehicle's called.
Devilfish.
I think they need a Devilfish so they can move forward 6, get out 6, and then fire at point blank range with their shotgun things.
Yeah.
which are really deadly. At
Yeah,
point
I
blank
think I
range.
need. Yeah, I think I need to change. I mean, I don't take them again, try them out. But as I say, I was trying. I was unfortunately trying everything in one go, rather than playing a couple of games with them.
I was trying my new robot-y things, which you didn't fire at a single time, which I kind of expected. They're so tough that firing at them seems a little pointless because they're 700-800 points of army there. They put out a lot of firepower, but nowhere near as much as 700 points. But you buy them because they're so solid. I took them and was like, I'm going to have the centre of the board. I'll slowly move up.
Well, the thing as well was you had the Death Company moving in faster at the front with the assault back. So it's like, take out the front. Okay, they're at the back firing in, but they're
that was the whole idea of them, is that they were a massive brick, and so then I took loads of small MSU units to go with them, loads of 5-man fast moving units that go get objectives, and that could also get the advantage of the re-rolling charge distance if I hit the enemy with a Lumagen gun. So it seemed reasonable, and the Blood Angels bought the anti-tank, so I actually quite like that unit with the Blood Angel. It gives them something really solid to base their army around.
I mean, I'd probably take the stealth suit formation again. I like my stealth team.
They were that big thing I fired at so many times with my robots, and the robots putting out, each robot with the bigger guns puts out 6 strength 6 AP3 shots, half of them twin linked to turn.
Yeah, I mean, I do like. I've always liked the stealth team in that because they can. I mean, 4 shots per member, and they can put out a lot of fire. That obviously the ghost skill is just added to it basically, just to go right here. You go put out a load more shots with it.
Weight of fire is the key, isn't it?
As to the actual army, I'd probably change it around. I probably may not take the gun rig and the shield line next time, obviously, because I might do a normal.
I like the gun line. I think that's a really good thing to.
It's another deterrent.
Stick at the back.
Like your
I think that's a really good control objective. I'm not hugely enamoured by the gun rig because how many points was that?
85, I think.
Yeah, and it's quite easy, as I proved turn 1, to take out that gun, and then once you take out the gun, it's just a.
Yeah, but the fact that it's the Rennie with the sniper, if
it's the
not got
Rennie.
the same as the Hammerhead. The only difference is obviously it's twin.
But it's also because it's so big.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get any kind of cover save or anything on it. So I was the other side of the board and I could see the whole thing, so I just took pot shots and killed it.
If I had a choice between the Aegis defense line and the shield line, I'll probably take the shield line.
Oh, definitely.
Just
the fact that it moves, and the reflect thing.
The reflect thing as well.
It's really, really annoying. If you fire at the unit behind it, if it rolls a 6 on its save, then the shot.
No. After the cover save, you then roll.
Yeah.
And if you roll the 6.
Oh, it's not the actual save.
No, it's not the actual save.
Roll a 6, it does a wound back, so really powerful.
Yeah. Obviously, it's allocated randomly amongst the unit. So obviously, you could get a character in a unit, or you could just get just a normal person.
The big robots have a similar rule. It's not quite as powerful because it does a hit back instead of a wound back, so you still have to kind of roll to wound and such. But overall, a good game. I quite like the way that the cards are done in the tournament pack for the Luton tournament. Because we got 6 start with, a lot, but then you don't get another 6.
Yeah,
you get another 2.
Yeah, I like that because obviously you scored big first turn.
Yeah.
But then that was it. I mean, I was trying to skittle through mine, but I mean, I had a chance to try and score big. I mean, I had the D3 one at the start, which unfortunately drop pod didn't die. I didn't get. I could have got 2 VPs from that, and the secure objective ones. It does depend on what comes up. I mean, because you can get.
I quite like it because it encourages you to perhaps plan ahead. If you get a quite difficult to achieve card, normally you'd have to discard it because you get another one straight away.
Yeah.
Or you just kind of like you score it for little things, you know it gets replaced. But in this, because you don't get replaced, you just get a drip feed of 1 a turn. Then you don't need to worry. You could maybe plan, maybe hold on to a card and then go big for it in a later turn because you planned ahead. So I quite like that, and the fact that because I think I scored 5 of my 6 at the first turn. I didn't get another 5, so then I would rocket ahead even further on victory points.
Yeah, so I mean, it's ended.
Because what's the score? I scored 2 more that turn, so it's 12-4. But I had an extra turn over you. What points do you reckon you'd have got next turn? You'd have got this objective down here. Let's assume that.
Secure objective 3. I would have got rid of the Hunger for Glory, which is issuing challenges, and I would have got Behind Enemy Lines, so I would have got another one.
So you'd have got another 2 more. So even though it was quite one-sided in the end game-wise, I was on 12, Nick would have been on 6 at the end of turn 3, so
it's only half.
Yeah, so still not far away, and I think that's due to the mechanic of the maelstrom cards, which I like. I might integrate that into some missions of mine. I like that. Okay, well, we shall be off. If people keep an eye on Battle Knight's YouTube channel, if you can't find him, look under people I follow and you'll see him there. The conclusion of our 5-game giant campaign is going to be happening next weekend. We're playing a 3,000 point per player, 4-player apocalypse game next weekend with loads of special rules and all kinds of mayhem going on.
And then we need to sit down and sort out a campaign for us.
Yeah, so then myself, Nick, Si and Mark are going to do a similar 5-game narrative campaign. The idea is that we wanted to play a campaign, but if you put too many games in it, then it's really hard to finish it. By the time you finish it, they change the rule set on you. Everything changes. So if we're going for 5 games, it gives it a bit of narrative. You get to play some fun, different missions and such, but it doesn't go overly long. I mean, the 5-game one I'm playing with Jason, John and Ash has still taken us 9 months probably, but hey, we've all absolutely loved it.
It's
so
finding time when everyone's together.
Yeah.
That's the
go and look, and you'll find links on the other videos of mine, recent videos, part of the campaign, and you'll see links to the ones that Jason's put on his channel. Really good fun. They've been my most enjoyable games of 40k I've played in a long time, so I'd recommend watching them if you want a good casual viewing experience. Okay, thanks Nick.
Cheers, thank you very much.
And thanks everybody, and good luck to Mark, who is playing in a tournament down at 40k this weekend, so hopefully he'll bring back a trophy.